Hello, my beautiful Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. This is your 2026 year forecast. I'm going to be pulling some cards for you. First, I'm going to do a year overview, and then I'm going to break down the year into quarters. And at each quarter, we're going to pull some tarot and oracle cards. Now, I want to invite you just before we get in. There's going to be a free workshop on January 25th, and we'll get into the astrology that's happening in 2026 and pull a card for each month. And I invite you to join me in the link below. If you're not able to come that day, I'm going to send out the replays. So please come and join me as we look at 2026. And for you here today, I'm now going to move down my camera so that you can see the cards that I have chosen to start and explain the overview of the year. And one of the things that's important for me is spiritual sovereignty. So you're going to see that I talk about connecting to my spirit team. And what I mean by that, so I believe the cards and the messages, my claircognizant, my clairsentient, so my sense of knowing and what I'm feeling and leaning into is coming from the larger universe, divine, creator, the force, God. People call it different things, whatever that might mean for you. As well, on my spirit team, I have angels, saints, God, goddesses. I have my ancestors. I have spirit guides, and I have my loved ones in spirit that have passed recently, and I feel really connected to. And I believe that they are here. They're helping me understand as I set this intention for you, beautiful Pisces, so that you can get a sense of what's happening in the year. And I'm setting the intention, it's for your growth, your expansion towards your highest good. So your spiritual sovereignty, as I'm going through and explaining what the cards are, how I understand them, is to really listen with your own heart, your own soul, and the messages from your own spirit team, just to see what words, phrases, images, thoughts come in, because that is your message. So if you have a journal, I would write it down and just kind of write down what thoughts are coming in at that time. And you can continue to use this video throughout the year as it comes to the different quarters. Just to each time you listen to it, you're going to have different downloads, different intuitive hits. So you can use it that way, which is very exciting. Beautiful gift for you. So one of the things I wanted to start with was an archetype. So this is the wild unknown archetype oracle. It is like the apocalypse. It is going to be this saying that the archetype for this year is tough energy. When it goes into this, it explains it being the veil is lifted. So this year, Pisces, there are some real truths that are coming out. So it's kind of like now you know it. And from that, it is this shattering of what was, because now you understand the whole, complete, and full truth. And there's so much shifting that happens in that. And then it moves into the second from the truth. Now everything shifted and changes. And now what you thought you did know isn't true anymore. And it's from here the phoenix rises. And our next card would speak to that. From the old way magical oracle is rebirth. There is a sense of rebirth happening. So as things shatter, there is an opportunity to rebirth into something new. And you can't get that rebirth, that growing and expanding more into who you are and who you are meant to be in your most authentic self, unless you let what isn't supposed to be there go. So that's speaking about this journey throughout this year. The Tao Oracle, talks about abundance. You're going to have abundance throughout this, and it's coming to you. Abundance of time, abundance of love, abundance of relationships. So as you create rebirth and you go through this period for yourself, you're going to see, I'm going to read these words for you just so that you, if you have any intuitive hits to them, abundance is plenty, profusion, generosity, fertility, ripeness, inner riches, reaping rewards, culmination, harvest. So that's what abundance can look like throughout this year. And if you aren't seeing abundance, if you aren't, is it checking if you have blocks, checking if you're allowing yourself to see the truth and having the veil lifted? Just getting a bit of tea here, been doing some videos. So next we have the Fae Oracle, Feywood Oracle, and it's Wild Boar, this beautiful mystical woman here. And it's about strength and courage. So no matter what's happening for you, you are going to have the strength and courage to deal with it. You are going to be able to rebirth. You're going to be able to receive the abundance. You're going to be able to make this shift. Even in the difficult times, trust in your inner strength and courage and really lean into it. Lean into this inner goddess. Lean into this aspect of yourself that is mystical and strong and tethered to the divine, just tethered, and recognize it's pulling you and it's just holding you no matter what is happening to you. And Michelle Buchanan's numerology deck, I pulled compassion, number 99. And in here, it's this compassion for yourself, compassion for others. As a veil is lifted and truths come, there's compassion for why the lies were there in the first place, why the deception, what has happened, what falsehoods did people need to keep in place, yourself, others, in order to, it comes from trauma, inner child work. This is what's coming in. And we almost see ourselves not responding, like we've been held back for so long. And it's having compassion. Once we realize that we actually have the choices to receive complete and total abundance, we are tethered to the divine, to the creator, and we are tethered. We are these mystical human spirits living a 3D body. And this 3D life, this human life, is really challenging and hard. And it's through that challenging and hard, as we learn to accept this duality, as we learn to accept our shadows and our light, that we come to open to deep self-love, and therefore from there, love for others, love for the collective, love for the earth, and having compassion for ourselves if we aren't there yet, or if we are now understanding everything at a new level. And I have this beautiful soul cards. These cards come with no words. So you look at this image. So I want you to intuitively see this image. For me, I see this human, and they have themselves, they're looking up, they're expanding. And to me, it just really speaks to this radical shift that is happening and a deep protection from the divine. I see those as angels. I see just wrapping themselves around you, dear Pisces, in difficult, challenging situations when it's really crunchy throughout this year. Find ways to tap into your spirituality and your spirit team. Find ways to let them send you messages and feel their love and protection for you. And ask for it. Ask for it if you're in a time of crunchiness and difficulty. Ask them to protect you. Imagine them surrounding you in this bubble of light, this bubble of healing, this bubble of love, and just protecting you. And I will often say to myself, Please only let in what is in alignment for me, in coherence with my heart, and allows me to move forward towards my highest good. Just protect me. And I will say that. I will say that in the morning, and at night, I will call back my energy, and I will ask them to release what no longer serves me, and just say, just take it out. And I imagine the same blue water is just like light washing from the top of my head all the way down my body, and just clearing me energetically of what does not serve me. Those are some rituals that you might think might help you. You can expand into more. Now we're going to look at our first quarter of the year, which is January, February, and March. I am using the Light Seer Tarot by Chris-Anne Donnelly, and I'm going to pull 3 cards. And then I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards. So we're looking, what is the energy? What is the energy for this first quarter? We have 4 of Pentacles, and then we have 2 of Pentacles, and then we have Sun. I am going to be talking to you about what these mean. But first, I'm going to pull Colette Baron Reid's Animal Spirit Oracle just to see what is the energy. It is Peacock Spirit, Let It Shine, which really fits with the Sun card. Okay, let me break this open for you. First of all, we have some energy, the 4 of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles is the suit of earth. It's the suit of everyday living. So our family, our work, our finances, our home. And in here, this story is the 4 of Pentacles is this person. You can see she's grabbing her purse. And the 4 of Pentacles is about holding tightly rather than allowing reciprocity and flow to go on. So in here, she's holding her purse. She's going to go down and shop, but she's holding it. And often we'll hold things tightly, we'll contract, we'll move out of fear, out of anxiety. And this is saying, let it flow. Trust. This is saying you have the strength and courage. So let it flow. Flowing allows abundance to come. So there's a flow of generosity. There's a flow of helping people. There's a flow moving, saying yes instead of contracting with a no. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles. This one is talking about balance and finding that balance of contracting. So that balance of saying yes and saying no. So if you're saying yes just to people please, then it's saying, nope, that's going to bring you out of balance. But if you're saying yes, because you feel energetically, it's going to bring you and those around you to a higher level. It's saying yes to those. This is about putting in boundaries, checking your boundaries. Do you have good boundaries around how much you say yes? Is it all people pleasing? So if you're on the parent council or if you're in a group, do you always say, okay, well, I will cook all the food, I'll hold the party, I'll do everything? Because then you're out of balance. So this really wants you to check about, where are you holding tight? Because that is an indicator in a red flag where you're not allowing the magic and the surrender and trust and flow of the energy to move through your life. And it wants to move to your life so that you can let it shine. And the Sun card is a major arcana. So tarot has 4 suits and then the 21 major arcana cards. And the major arcana are the hero's journey. And the Sun is, as you can see her dancing in the sun, it is such a beautiful, wonderful card. You're under the sun. It helps you grow, nurture, expand into the most that you can be. You think what the sun does to our beautiful earth. It really helps us grow, and it helps us just let it shine and be bright and bold and wonderful. And so here, wherever you're holding back and getting out of balance, it's saying, let it shine, be bold, wonderful, move into it, knowing that you are divinely protected, knowing that you are guided. And this is your rebirth. This is your rebirth. So whatever's happened to you in 2025, this is your rebirth. Let it go, release the contraction so that you can move into flow. And here are Judith Orloff's surrender cards. So for each one of the quarters, I'm going to pull one to just ask, what are you being asked to surrender into for this quarter? Surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. And often when I pull this card, my clients will say, but I'm not creative, Michelle. And this isn't talking about the typical creative pursuits like painting or sculpture or art or singing. This is talking about how we manifest, how we create our dreams. How do we bring them into manifestation? How do we let flow happen? And maybe there are problems or obstacles that come up. We creatively think about how to go around them, how to continue to see the flow happening in our lives. And it's leaning in to that creative energy and co-creating with spirit, co-creating with your spirit team. And where you find this glow and this flow and this shine, that's where you're meant to be moving towards in the first quarter. Beautiful for you. That is nice. Next, I'm going to pull another tarot deck. I'm just interested if similar cards come out. This one is Wild Reflections Tarot. And it is the second quarter. So that is April, May, and June. And April has a lot of astrology happening. So it's going to be interesting. We have the sun again. Oh my goodness. See, this is why I do this. What a beautiful, beautiful card pull. The sun. And then we have the Eight of Cups. And then we have the Three of Wands. And the oracle card that I'm going to pull is the Spirit Oracle. The magical Spirit Oracle. Okay. And this one is, it is safe to surrender to good feelings. The Lover, Aphrodite, passion, abundance, a nod to abundance. Okay. So if you are having a hard time receiving, if for you the contraction is, and I have had that in my life where I have said I grew up, and so some of the stories or words that come back from some of my childhood, from some of what I've gone through, from some of the different paradigms and teachings I've been within, is that if it comes too easy, don't trust it. It has to be hard. If it's easy, then it's usually a lie and it's not true. So this is saying things are going to continue to go well. So this unveiling, this rebirth, the abundance is there. An Eight of Cups. So this is the Sun card and just a different artist's rendition of it. And it's just light and lovely and moving towards it. And the Eight of Cups. Cups is the suit of water. So it's the suit of relationships, emotions, and intuition. And in the Eight of Cups, she's walking away from all these empty cups and she's moving towards the light. She's moving towards the sun. She's moving towards, this is rebirth, moving towards abundance, moving towards what is going to bring her the joy, the happiness, the expansion, the highest version of herself, bringing her this passion that she loves. And it's safe to surrender to these good feelings. And then we have the Three of Wands. So whenever you have a card in reverse, every reader reads it different. For me, I intuitively into this energy because I believe that this card came and not any other card in the deck. So is this energy coming in? Is this energy going out? Is this energy being blocked? So I also use this as a time for you as you're listening to this, intuitively for you, where is it at? Because it can be a block if you can't say this, that it's safe to surrender to good feelings. You have so much abundance coming in, and are you blocking it? Are you blocking it? And if you are, working through some abundance work can really help. Do you have these stories like I just talked about in your head? And sometimes we can do it around money. That's our 3D, but that's not just how abundance comes in. Abundance comes in every aspect of our lives, our time, our health, our relationships, our thinking, our pets, just different ways. And so, but sometimes it's easier to do some questioning around the energy of money. And what are some of the things you think of? Like when you think of, can I easily receive $1 million? What comes up for you? What's happening in your body? And just going through some of that work around abundance and just recognizing if you can surrender to the good feelings. And if you can't, this is a block. So perhaps Reiki, shaman work, therapist. There's different ways that we can work through some of these blocks. So if you find yourself blocked, find a way to restore this because you are able to. You're able to bring this rebirth in. If you're not blocked, then the 3 of Wands is about he's on this journey. It looks like he might be on a riverboat. It might be he's in a cabin. And 3 of Wands is he is ready to start a journey, and the journey is going down the river. He's ready to start. This artist has the person with a surfboard ready to go into the ocean. And this is saying you knew you had, there's so much abundance. So you're moving past all the empty cups in your life, all that negative thinking. The veil has been lifted. You see the truth and you're moving towards the truth, and you're allowing yourself to start a new journey, and you're surrendering into those new feelings. So that's what it looks like when you allow the flow to happen. And now I'm wondering from Judith Orloff, let's pull the surrender card for this part. Surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen. Then let it go. Let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. So it's this idea of you're trying to bring something in, and instead you're just so focused, like it's not here, it's not here. So every time you look, maybe you're trying to bring in a relationship into your life, a partner, a life partner. And so you've done the work, you've done a lot of self-healing, and you are ready. You're ready. You know your heart. You've done the work with a therapist. You've done the work with Reiki to move your energy. You've done lots of these things. You're ready. And now you've written a list of who you're calling in. You have a clear picture in your mind of the energetic imprint of the human you're calling in to be your partner. And then what happens is we bring it out to the universe, and then we say, thank you, universe. And what you do is when I know I was calling in my husband, current husband right now, beautiful 12 years of marriage, I would imagine myself like a beacon, just putting it in and saying, thank you, universe, for bringing this soul to me. I'm just letting him know I'm ready. And when it comes, it's going to be the perfect time for it. But this is saying when we have attachment, it's like in the week, but no one came. No, I haven't met anyone. And so we actually then spiral into fear, anxiety, worry, and it actually blocks the manifestation of what we're trying to create. It blocks it, it stops it. Because I'm not in a creative flow. I'm not in this beautiful flowing energy if I'm contracted like the Four of Pentacles, holding tight, saying, but it's not here. The evidence isn't here. It isn't here. It isn't here. So I have to just trust, and I just have to keep the energy of the human I'm calling. I'm using, if you're calling in someone to you, you can use this if you're calling in business, if you're calling in abundance of I have less conflict. So abundance of joy, and ease in family relationships. Maybe that's what you're calling in. What does that feel like? Because you're going to write that down. What is the energy imprint of that? And you're going to be sitting each day in that knowing it's coming to you, even if you don't see it yet. So that's what it's saying. Don't look for the results of it. Just live in the now of the future you're calling in. That is Manifestation 101. Okay, next we have the Cosmic Wisdom Oracle by Athene. It's not Oracle, it is a tarot by Athene. And this is for our third quarter, which is July, August, and September. And July has some other shifts in astrology as well. So let's see what's going through Pisces for you. We have the Empress in reverse. We have the Six of Swords, and we have the Three of Cups in reverse. And I am going to be pulling the Sacred Rebels Oracle from Alana Fairchild, just looking, what is the energy of this quarter for you, Pisces? Follow your own rhythm. This is why I love this deck. Isn't that art just absolutely gorgeous? I had a journal. She also has journals and just amazing. Okay, I'm going to break this down. First, in reverse, we have the Empress. This is a major arcana card. So I want you to think about, is this energy coming in? Is this energy going out? Is there blocks? So the Empress is about creating. It's about the actually rebirth. Often in other tarot cards, they'll have this woman pregnant. They'll have her birthing. So it's this idea of cornucopia, abundance just coming everywhere from her. Every part of her body and soul is just abundant and bringing in the abundance of the world. And so it was in reverse. So it could be that the first part of the year, you've had so much abundance, and now there's going to be less abundance. I don't think that's the way abundance works. But it is talking to me about you would have a block if you're not surrendering to your attachments. So this is where we're learning from the messages that we're getting. So we get a block in our continued ability to create abundance and rebirth, what we want to bring into this life. If we are stuck in contraction, we're stuck in, but it's not happening. It's not happening. And this energy is saying, the divine is saying, yes, it is. Yes, it is all around you. It's coming. It's coming. And the Six of Swords, swords is the suit of air. It is the suit of thinking and communication. And swords is a movement. They're moving in the boat. Once again, lots of water for you, beautiful Pisces. And they're usually, and you can't see it as clearly in this one, but they're moving from a dark storm into the light. So this boat, this Six of Swords is really moving from difficult, challenging situations. So this energy is coming in. When you surrender to your attachments, this ability to create and move through your strength and courage and compassion towards abundance, it's going to be happening for you. It is going to be happening. And if it isn't happening, it is really checking if you're blocking if you're attached to that divine timing, if you're attached to what it should look like or how it should be. Believe you, I can be a recovering control individual, and I have an idea of how spirit should hand it to me. And every time I've gotten my gifts from spirit, they have come from unexpected ways. And this is allowing that to happen, right? This is allowing unexpected ways and of rebirth and abundance to come to you. And then I see the Three of Cups. If once again you're doing the work, Three of Cups is about these three beautiful women just in relationship, having a party, just celebrating, and it's so good. So it's this idea of you're moving towards this joy, this happiness, this community, and really having a party and joy. And Work through it, allow it to come. Don't, wherever you see yourself contracted and holding on tight, you need to let go and release and surrender your feelings. And you're doing this all by following your own rhythm. So for you, this is going to be different from anyone else. Follow your own rhythm, your own heart, your own intuition. Pisces, you are extremely intuitive. And leaning into that, leaning into your own intuition will help you, because the answers in the pathway are going to be unique to you and it might look different. And so then you might need to protectively block out what other people think should happen, right? You should do this, you should do that. It should happen this way, it should happen that way. This is saying, no, this is going to happen your way, Pisces, your unique, beautiful, flowing way. Listen to your own heart. Keep your hand on your heart and listen to the way you are being asked to move forward into this abundance, and release your blocks and move through the obstacles. I see you flowing down a river. And so, and for me, it's the Olympics. In the Winter Olympics, they have these kayakers that go down, and they have all these chutes and obstacles they have to go down and move through it. Whenever you're in your flow and your rhythm, it's really easy. You have no problem. And wherever you get in your head and you tighten up and you contract and you're like a rock sinking to the bottom, you get a hole in your kayak, and it's really hard for you to float and glide on the top and just let the water bring you and push you in the perfect way. And instead, you're trying to control it, sinking down lower and lower, water coming into your boat, and it's hard to navigate it. And that's what this is talking about, is that allowing yourself to flow with it. And what are you surrendering into here? You are surrendering into the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. So, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, this is really our summertime. And I know being curious, and I find flow when I'm going in water. I know when you're out in the sun and you can just feel the growth that happens, and you can just allow yourself just to be with nature, the beauty of the flowers and how each one has its own special time and own special way of going, seeing the animals and how they interact, and seeing little babies. It's just so many ways. So a way is through creativity. Another way for you is through nature. Find your way through nature. Our last quarter, which is October, November, December, I'm using This Might Hurt Tarot. And we're going to find out the energy. And we have the Eight of Wands, the Major Arcana, the Magician, and Knight of Swords in reverse. And I'm looking for the energy. It is the Asha Frost Medicine Oracle. Just looking, what is the energy that is here? Two Spirit, diversity. Okay. This, once again, is a beautiful energy. We have the Eight of Wands. Wands is the suit of fire, passion, creativity. And the Eight of Wands is quick, fast. So these arrows are going forward. They're looking at the animals. Isn't it interesting? Natural world, natural world, just moving forward. And this just means the energy is now moving fast. You've been doing the work, you've been following your own rhythm, and it's going to go fast. This energy is just like boom, boom, boom. And the Major Arcana card, the Magician. So here we had the Empress. The Magician is recognizing that that magic, follow your own rhythm, is within you. You hold the magic to create the abundance that you want in this world. You hold it. So here we have all suits And he is just in this magical place. It's just, we're not looking outside of ourselves for the answers. We are the answer. We are the answer for our creation. We are the answers for our healing. We are the answers. Now, we can have tools to help us. That's what these are, finding different tools, but the way is within, the way is through you. And this is a powerful, magical card, and really embracing your awesomeness, just embracing it. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So to me, is it blocked or coming in? I see it's blocked. If we're not opening and we're not embracing, the Knight of Swords, swords is the suit of air communication in our thinking. And the swords, the Knight is about movement again in the court cards. And the Knight of Swords moves quickly, moves fast, fierce. Others would be on, walking. So the Knight of Pentacles walks very slowly, takes his time. The Knight of Swords with air is like on this Yamaha, flying through the air, leaping through things, just going fast, fast, fast. So it's a check. If things aren't happening fast for you, it's because there might be some blocks. Are you allowing abundance to come in? Once again, those checks that we had earlier, are you tying into the magic of you? And this is where it speaks to diversity, meaning there's many different ways. It's getting you to look at many different ways and accepting your abundance and how things happen quickly through many different diverse ways. There's not just one way to do something. There's not just one path. There are so many paths to your abundance, and it's you being open to it and co-creating that with spirit. This is a lovely reading, Pisces. Okay, now we have our last surrender card. Just wondering what you need to surrender into. Surrender your outdated beliefs of yourself. Let go of limiting beliefs about yourself that originate from the past. This is this Eight of Cups. Walk away from them. Then you are your own power and soar in your life. So this is this, if you're getting stuck, you have to surrender those outdated beliefs. You're a new person. You have lifted the veil, the truth. And in this rebirth of yourself this year, you're completely new. You have a whole new rhythm to yourself. And that is important. So surrender to that, because if you're not, you'll be stuck. And that's why you're stuck. You're still stuck in those old beliefs. The past is anchoring you back and just holding on with a death grip like a ball and chain, just keeping you back. We're going to end with 4 oracle cards, just overall, just kind of accenting what is important. And this is the Sufi oracle deck. Just pulling overall. You need to know life's purpose. Seek your own deeper vision for life. This is your own rhythm. This is your own rebirth. It's not someone else's. And that's where the own rhythm comes in. Imagine and create the audacious, the completely audacious. I think that's the word. Something that don't limit it. This is your own life's purpose. This is your own abundance to live and create. Make it big, make it wild, make it limitless. That's what this is talking about. And here we have Rebecca Campbell's Ancient Stones deck. Just as a message, clear foundation for you. Soul agreement. So this life purpose and what's happening this year is tied to your soul agreement. So this is an understanding. And I always say that the 5 blind monks, meaning that they're all touching the elephant, and some say, oh, I'm touching the trunk. This is what it is. The other's touching the foot. No, 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 it's this. The other's the tail. No, 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 it's this. And the idea, when you look at this, is one of the blind monks touching, and there's a belief that we made a soul agreement before we even came to earth. That as a mystical being, Carolyn Meese talks about that. This is Rebecca Campbell. She speaks about it, and there's others that speak about it. It's this idea that we had soul agreements, soul contracts before we came down. And this is you awakening to another huge evolution of your soul contract. It's your soul mission, your soul plan, your life purpose. This year is big for you, Pisces. And this in numerology is a 10 year. So we had a 9, we go to a 10, breaks down to a 1, but a 10 is co-creating with spirit. So there's huge shifts for yourself this year. So if you haven't, you can reach out. I can tell you some of the books to read. You can look and start exploring yourself through this mystical lens, through this soul agreement life purpose. Throughout this year, there's also eclipses that happens with the moon. So this is the moon oracle deck. And what do these eclipses? They're often karmic. So what is a message around eclipses for you? Love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly. So it's really that going back to that sense of you have so much happening that is awesome and wonderful. Embrace it and take it and love it and be open to it. Watch your contraction. Just let it flow easily because this is what's meant to be. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. And our last card is the beautiful, from Asha Frost, the beautiful elder spirit energy that is going to be journeying with you throughout this year. And it is the elder dragonfly, travel through dream time. So dream time, depending on if you're in Australia, dream time is going back to the past. Dream time might be your dreams. And Asha Frost is from North America and she's Indigenous, and recognizing that our dream time connects to that mystical aspect of who we are. And it can maybe start charting your dreams, looking at what your dreams are trying to tell you. Maybe your spirit team is working through your dreams. I also see dream time as what are you dreaming for yourself and allowing yourself to create this beautiful, wonderful expansion this year. There's so many things that are happening in a good way for you, and to allow yourself to fulfill that dream. So wonderful, Pisces. I've enjoyed doing this reading for you. If you have enjoyed it, please like this video. Please share it with someone else that could get messages from it and it could help them. Please follow my channel. And as I continue create, you'll get messages from that. And sign up for my free workshop on January 25th. If you can't be there live, I'll send you the replay. And it will just give you some more insight into 2026. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, until next time, keep leading with your soul.